Did not expect to talk about Benjamin this much. New Orleans Saints. This team, I really don't understand what their plan is. It feels like they've been in denial for like 3 years now that they just had to start over and blow it up again. But instead, they continue to sign aging vets. At the very least, like last year they kind of addressed a receiver issue they had by getting Chris Olave. He's a stud. Michael Thomas, though, the question is, and I'll probably bounce that to Chad or Matt here in a moment. Like, is Michael Thomas ever going to be healthy again? Like, he was a stud, had never less than like 120 receptions a season, and then all of a sudden just fell off the face of the earth. So I'm very curious to see what happens there. Kamara, how long is he going to be suspended? I think that's going to be an issue. Jamal Williams is a good goal line threat, but he's not a full-time runner. Kendra Miller, I thought, was a very underrated running back, so he could produce as a rookie.
They got Benjamin too.
Yeah, we'll see what he does. I'm more optimistic about the other two than Benjamin.
Sign a running back at the end of the season last year.
He was on the Cardinals.
Yeah, he was in the Cardinals.
What'd you say?
Was it Latavius Murray they had last year?
I think that was a couple years ago.
Was Benjamin the guy who like did well on like a Thursday night, and then as soon as James Conner came back, got cut?
Pretty much, yeah.
Did something right? He got an argument or something. They said, "All right, see you."
Yeah, I thought it was something like that.
Something like that.
We could be wrong, but did not expect to talk about Benjamin this much. Derek Carr, I think, kind of upgrades the quarterback position. Kind of a weird ending there in Las Vegas. I think he's going to be determined to prove himself. But the offensive line kind of concerns me a little bit. They've been slowly getting worse each year as they get more aging vets, and they're not really finding a lot of replacements, it seems like. So I feel like the offensive line is continuing to get worse. On the defensive side, the pass rush has gone way worse. They just lost Marcus Davenport. He was the only good pass rusher they had last year. Cam Jordan's 34. He's not the same pass rusher he was. So I'm kind of worried they don't have anyone to get after the quarterback. I think they're like 30th in like pass rush last year, so it's only going to get worse without Davenport there. They're good at linebacker at least, but in the secondary though, like I'm a bit worried about the secondary outside of Marcus Lattimore. Chad, what are your thoughts?
We're going to go down to the bayou, son, in New Orleans, hop a ride on that Derek Carr revenge train.
That was a good Louisiana accent.
He's got 2 wide receivers he can throw to at least. He's got 2 running backs. Look out. New Orleans is coming for someone's neck.
Dang. Hey, you got – that was a good Louisiana accent. You should get Brian
down the bayou, get them damn sprimpers, son.
Definitely get Brian Kelly some tips.
Brian Kelly can shove it up his ass.
Ed Orgeron.
He really does sound like that guy from Waterboy.
Yeah. Chad, do you want to talk about the defense, or you just pass it?
Defense is what it is. I mean, they haven't really last year. I like what's his name, linebacker from Ohio State. I can't think of his name.
Pete Werner.
Yeah, thank you, Pete Werner. I really like him. I do agree with Justin though. They are aging, and they gotta make some changes here soon.
So I am gonna agree with the offense, but I'm gonna completely disagree with the defense. I'm gonna start with the offense. So offense, Michael Thomas, if he plays, they're gonna do significantly better than they did last year. There's pretty much no way but up from there. Offensive line, honestly, they have 2 decent guards. They have 2 really good tackles. Where they're lacking is tight end, and I think if Foster Moreau can make a comeback from his cancer diagnosis, I think he can actually put up like 400 or 500 yards. Depends on how long Kamara's out. What I've been hearing is 6 weeks, but nothing's official yet, so we'll see where that goes. But with Kamara and Williams, I do like that duo a lot because they're polar opposites on how they run the ball. Defensively, they are aging on their starters. They have Demario Davis and Cam Jordan, probably two of the oldest people on this defense. But they got Brian Breesy and Isaiah Foskey to come in. Both guys can get to the quarterback. And then I actually really like their secondary. Tyrann Mathieu, still aging but still balling. Marcus May, Marshawn Lattimore, and Bradley Roby. I mean, that's a solid secondary. But just like Arthur Smith, Dennis Allen is on the hot seat. So he's going to be playing for something. Derek Carr is going to be playing for something. So watch out for the Saints to make some noise in the season. Probably just nothing in the playoffs.
Yeah. I kind of see them as like Detroit of last year. Their offense is going to put up some big numbers. I'm a little worried about their defense, like I said, but
I'm worried about their run defense, to be honest.
Yeah. I have concerns with both sides of the ball, really.